Good afternoon. It's 4 o'clock. It's Thursday, May 14th. We are gathered here at an open door for our weekly discussion of Course in Miracles, finding the non-dual in A Course in Miracles, and just digging a little deeper into some of the teachings. We're on page 312. That's chapter 8, and we're on a section using the body solely for communication. But before we begin, I'll let everybody sort of figure out where they are. Get your texts ready. But we're going to do a very brief meditation that will get us into the body. I'll just guide us through. It's not really a meditation. It's more of an experience that we'll have in the body. Just looking at the body and how its communicative ability is so often overlooked or not understood. But before we start, let's gather together. And know you are so welcome here. I love this group. And I so appreciate your sharing these teachings with me. So know I'm grateful for your presence as the impulse comes together and the quality of how we talk, how we share, how we listen. This is our gift to the world. It's our gift to the world through each other, because all minds are joined. And the purpose of every gathering is discovered moment by moment in the now. It's to recognize beauty and to love what is beautiful, which is always the truth. As conversation rises out of every particle, we know it is all alive. Welcome to this empty table, a cleared place where something new can happen. When you take the hands of someone you love, what do those hands become? Let us take each other's hands through time and space, across time zones, national boundaries, all ideas and thoughts in the mind that become meaningless and lose their relevancy and their power as we gather together here. So, using the body solely for communication. This teaching is explained in several different ways. And I'd like to try and move into some of its deeper teachings that in the written language of the book are either not really clearly explained or not really touched upon. The major emphasis in this section explains that using the body solely for communication means that we shift out of the ego-driven tool that the body is, the separation or the fence we build around spirit, and that we use the ego uses to ensure its vulnerability and its justification for attack. It's to move out of that understanding into the realization that the body is actually a spirit-guided means of joining minds and extending love to each other. It's a matter of, in a sense, looking beyond the physical body to what lies seemingly hidden within, right? So we shift from attack to communion, to communication. And we repurpose the body from a container that is limited and cut off, and that has a constantly changing environment, to one that is shared, constant, and meant for goodness only. So this section begins by telling us that if we think we're a body, then we don't really know what we are or who we are. So I want to take a moment and ask us to sit in the body. I want us to sit in the body. And I'm going to first ask us to feel the body and to breathe with the body. And then I'm going to just invite you to allow a few words that I say to resonate in the body. And this is just play. Don't take this too seriously. You can't do it wrong. I'm inviting us to play. So before I start, I just want to say that let's look at the body and feel the body as a conduit, as a tuning fork. And this tuning fork, this conduit, this receiver, receives in a completely different language than we use with words. The language is vibration and feeling. And most of us are completely untrained in this language, in how to recognize it, to be with it, to understand it, and to know it, and to share it also. So the words that I'm going to say and the vibration that they invite us to feel, this is our own true self. So as I say the words and you feel the vibration, know that it is a deep aspect of your own true self. So the invitation then is to become aware in the moment when the feeling or the vibration arises, and notice how it moves through the body. Notice how it rises and peaks and moves through the body. body is a communication tool. Let's begin by using the breath as a way to move a little bit more deeply into the body. And we use the breath just by noticing it, noticing how it feels to breathe in and out. And notice that as you notice the breath, something changes in the body. Just noticing shifts something inside the body. We want to relax the body, but we don't want the body to go to sleep right now because we want to stay gently aware. And on the out breath now, see in your mind the breath moving out from the body into the space around it. See if you can feel the edge of your body as the out breath leaves and moves out into the space. Don't worry about the in-breath right now. Just let it be as it is. The energy on the in-breath is completely free. You don't have to earn it or do anything for it. It just invites itself in and you say yes, wordlessly. And on the out breath, we voluntarily give back everything we've breathed in, just giving it back, letting it go. And it might arise in your awareness what a gift that is, what a gift the breath is. And if you notice that it's a gift, notice what the word gift feels like in the body. You receive the gift freely and give it back. This is communication. This is communication in tone and vibration. It's a different language, but it feels good. And now let's invite the breath to bring in tenderness. As we breathe in, let the word tenderness arise. Tender. And notice the subtle difference between the sensation in the body with the word gift, which is beautiful, and the word tender. We are tender with ourselves. And oh, how good it feels when someone is tender toward us. And oh, how we delight when someone receives the tenderness that we extend toward them. This is communication. And now on the in-breath, bring in the word precious. Precious. And notice the distinct difference between tender and precious. Where do we feel this? We feel it in the body. Its own language, resonating with a word, an idea, because that's all the word is. Precious. You are precious to me. And now, on the in-breath, I invite you to breathe in the word awe. Awe. And feel the vastness of the universe, the vastness of life as we breathe in awe. Every cell vibrates and reverberates with this word, awe. The body is mostly water, and every cell bathes in the vibration of awe. It tingles and lights up. And this is communication. This is using the body for communication. And on the out breath now, let the breath move outside the confines of the body into the space around the body. And notice, what does that space feel like? There's no right answer. These words, tender, precious, awe, they are signatures. They are energetic signatures. And they align to your true self. And when we feel them in the body, we say yes to them. And as we move into deeper and deeper familiarity with the tone of energy of these words and other words, and say yes, right now, we begin to develop the language. And when we meet another, when we have become familiar enough with our own vibratory qualities, we will recognize them in the other without saying a word. But we have to develop the language by allowing these feelings, these vibrations, to be recognized moment by moment. The words we've used in this brief exercise are beautiful words because they reflect the beauty that you are. What we call negative feelings or negative vibrations are also language. They are always in service to the higher self. When they are noticed, let them move. They are another form of communication. They are a reminder that forgiveness is called for in the moment. They are a reminder to use the word compassion. Compassion. Mercy. And let's end with the word devotion. Breathing in and letting the word devotion arise. Quiet, focused, a careful tending, a gentle persistence, devotion. We're tending the garden of love with our devotion. This is communication. This is using the body for communication. And on the next breath in, I invite you to breathe in deeply and then tone the out breath. Just let it go out, your vocal cords. Make whatever sound you want. And feel that vibration in your whole body. And feel your solar plexus. Feel your belly. Feel your heart. And take a few more deep breaths. And when you feel ready, come back and we'll continue. That was beautiful. It was so much fun. Does anybody want to share anything about that experience before we go into the reading? What I wanted to do was share this experience together so that when we go into the reading, we have this experience as a shared foundation as we read the words. Is everybody doing okay? All right.
Each
I'm
word,
doing okay, although I have a thing about wanting to be authentic. If I'm being authentic, I loved it, but when you said tender, I have trouble remembering experience. Tender, I went with softness very easily, and that was very beneficial to me. But tender is something in my past, but I couldn't. I had to go way back to remember what tender was. But
Oh, thank you, Chuck.
this just what it way it went for me. But the softness worked,
I
and
love
I
that.
did. The devotion is something that I was getting acclimated with the inner Ramana and the ACIM, and they said do it with love and devotion. So I was starting to experience that, trying to experience.
Isn't it interesting how the vibratory quality of some of the words is resisted? But you did a brilliant thing. You used your heart to find another word that meant something that was similar. And I just want to honor that. That was, I'm so glad you shared that, Chuck. That's that's the creative aspect at work. That's creation. That's extending love right there. It's just finding another word.
Yeah, the dense take in that would have been just rejection, just feeling like I can't do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's love for yourself to find another word.
each word truly seemed to flow or create a different land differently or come through differently. Just from burst. I mean, interestingly enough, there was one I can't the word that Chuck just said. I can't find the word in my head, but the word that Chuck just spoke about, tenderness, the way that it was it just felt like this folding in and being held, just being held. It was, yeah. Oh gosh, Amy, that was awesome.
Thank you. It's communication. It is a form of communication. Carol, good afternoon, my friend Carol.
Hi, everybody. That was absolutely lovely. Oh, thank you so much, Chuck, for that. That was such a beautiful pointer that, we all have such different conditionings, and whatever means something to me means something different to someone else. And it's just all communication. So no need to worry about what this particular mind, how it resonates. That's what mind does. It can be taken as just the one love. It doesn't need to be a belief of what that brings up in the particular body.
You know, Carol, it's funny. I was actually trying to get us out of mind. And I really appreciate that because the feeling sense is a knowing that isn't mental, right?
Yeah, it's not about it, and that's exactly That's exactly right. It's no thinking. It's not conceptual. It's just allowing and the recognition that it doesn't matter what this mind says it is,
No,
or the reaction or what's here or what's coming from there. There's a knowing that it's all it, and the machine presents as differently. So what?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so here's the bridge, the bridge. When we are receivers and conduits, that's what we are for source. We are for the lack, I'm just using words here, and we're energetic conduits and receivers. And A Course in Miracles talks a lot about extending, which is our natural creative desire. It's God's given, it's our input and our output to create. Our input, it's our imprint to create, and we create through extension, and only love extends, right? So as we sit in these bodies, these containers, these receivers, we receive energetic input. And that energetic input is often interpreted. It's not interpreted. Actually, it's not understood. It's almost like we're first graders. We're in primary school. We don't know how to read the input in our own bodies because we pay no attention to the language of this vibration. It's either good or it's bad, right? And if it's bad, we're afraid of it and we shut it down. But the skill is to allow it to be, to develop the skill, the language without words. If you need to use words, use whatever you need to help define if you want to, if that satisfies mind. But it is to begin to bathe and immerse ourselves in this, what I will call energy, which is its own language. And then we extend it. But we can't extend what we don't understand. Right? So what we send out through our energetic outbreath, whatever you want to call it, is often very confused and not cohesive. Right? It's really jumbled because we're afraid of it, we don't recognize it, and we aren't comfortable in it. And we don't have the intention. This is the next level of communication, right? But it is developed inside, right? It's developed through our own experience. Lonnie and then Mel.
I feel like Chuck provided such a lovely example because he let us hear how it did go to the mind first to see, but he also recognized that I'm not talking about you like you're not here, Chuck, but you also recognized in that too that it seemed like when you were talking, what I saw was it was like you realized, oh, I'm looking in the wrong place. Let me settle back here and figure out how, and when you found the place where it resonated in softness, it suddenly made sense. And I kind of think that's what Carol's saying too, and that's what Amy's saying too. But I think you provided such a beautiful, beautiful example.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Thank you, Chuck. Mel.
Oh, hi everyone. Um, so good to be here. When Amy, when you were just talking, somehow what came through for me was when you were talking about how we extend or connect in a nonverbal way, it just kind of came to me that, that's what shining your light is all about. And that, I love to walk along like a shopping area and just con subtly connect with people, and it can be some people, some people you just really, it's like such a high because you feel that love has landed, you feel that there's that oneness right there. And I think that's what they, when I talk about, shine your light, it's, and as Sandy also mentioned, it's like a glowing, when you glow you kind of emanate out, and it connects with the light all around that's always there. Anyway, so that's all.
Absolutely. And I'm thinking about these 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 senses almost like eating food, like we like certain foods and we know what food tastes like because we taste it, but we can't quite describe. You couldn't describe what a blueberry tastes like. You have to actually eat the blueberry, you know. You can't describe what artichoke dip tastes like unless you've had artichoke dip, right? And the same is true inside. Like these emotions come through us, but we don't taste them, you know. We we just kind of let them blah all over us, but we don't taste it. We don't say, what is the quality of this? We don't, and we could do a much better job at that. And we would really define our taste buds. We would really refine our taste buds and refine what we extend out. Does that make any sense? Lonnie. Thank
As you're
you.
talking, we're just so quick sometimes to name them. And the minute we name it, we're out of the place of being able to be in the full experience of it.
Yes. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
we could just slow down long enough to be in it and
Yes.
actually even to come through and out the other side of it.
Yes.
Because then we'll no longer tell that story to ourselves of, I can't go through this. And maybe I haven't gone through it, can't go through it because I've never let myself go all the way through.
That's right. That's right. Whoa. Okay. Now we have this foundation of joint experience. Carol, did you want to say something?
Oh, I was just going to say, so when then the allowing it to be there, like Lonnie was saying, and just and knowing and just being with all of these different feelings and sensations and emotions ultimately does bring the truth of everything is either love or a call for love. And it just becomes so simple. And so whatever is perceived within or perceived apparently from out, it's one or the other. And that's love, isn't it? It's just love. It's either the call for it or it's it. And
Yeah.
it just so simplifies everything.
But it's more than just the word love and saying, I know that's love. It's recognizing the frequency and energy of that you are as
Yeah.
that as well.
And it's opening the aperture of spiritual perception. And I think I've been using the word spirit a lot more because I think it is fully more encompassing of the idea of light imbuance onto every aspect of reality, because what is all encompassing can have no opposite.
Yes.
It's a total, full, embodied opening of like an aperture, and it is yeah, which is why this part of the text is such a exciting like diving point.
Through my
Um,
system, it's been in the consideration or the movement of being consumed by the divine and allowing the assumption of through the divine through being. Not even allowing it, but who's to allow it, but just being in partnership with it
Yes.
and not being in rejection or pushing away of that experience.
Yes. All right, beloveds. Chuck is going to read us the first two paragraphs. And when he does this, it's going to really bring us back into the world of duality. And so as Chuck reads and we hear the words and read the words of these first two paragraphs, it's going to move us in a certain way. So pay attention to how the reading makes you feel in your body, okay? I'm just encouraged to say that because I won't say any more than that. Just notice how you feel. And Chuck, will you take it away?
Okay, two, right? Not three.
Oh, I'm sorry. 3 would be great.
All right.
Verse 3.
Okay. Using the body solely for communication was, attack is always physical. When attack in any form enters your mind, you are equating yourself with a body. This is the ego's interpretation of the oh, hang on, I'm sorry. I got the ego. You are accepting it simply by the belief that attack can get you something you want. If you did not believe this, the idea of attack would have no appeal to you.
Hey,
And
Chuck,
yes.
would you start that again because you skipped a couple sentences?
Oh, did I? I said,
Yeah.
I,
Put your
I got to put
glasses.
my glasses up to read.
Okay. All right. All right. Take it away again.
From the very beginning,
Just the first part of that paragraph. Yep.
the attack.
Attack is always.
Attack is always physical. When attack in any form enters your mind, you are equating yourself with a body. This is the ego's interpretation of the body. You do not have to attack physically to accept this interpretation. You are accepting it simply by the belief that attack can get you something. You are accepting it simply by the belief. Wait a minute, did I skip a line again?
You are accepting it simply by the
Just because
belief.
you want. If you did not believe this, the idea of attack would have no appeal to you. When you equate yourself with the body, you will always experience depression. When a child of God thinks of himself in this way, he is belittling himself and sees his brothers as similarly belittled, since he can find himself only in them. He has cut himself off from salvation.
Okay, let's stop just a second there. So the first idea here is that the idea of an attack can get you something, right? So, and then the second thing is that equating yourself with a body always means experiencing depression. And then to think of yourself as a body only is to belittle yourself. And to think of others as bodies only is to belittle them and to deprive yourself in doing so. of the oneness that you share. I just wanted to make those notes. And Chuck, would you continue on with paragraph 2?
Remember that the Holy Spirit interprets the body only as a means of communication. You want me to read the note that's associated with that, or?
No, just read the next sentence.
Okay. Being the communication link between God and his separated sons, he interprets everything you have in the light of what he
is.
What he is. Oh, I see. I think, oh, I got to go up here. He is the ego separates through the body. The Holy Spirit reaches through it to others. You do not perceive your brothers as the Holy Spirit does, because you do not interpret their bodies and yours solely as a means of joining their minds and uniting them with yours and mine. This interpretation of the body will change your mind entirely about its value of it has none. If you use it for attack, it is harmful to you. But if you use it only to reach the minds of those who would believe they are
Bodies.
you understand the power of the mind that is in both them and you.
Let me go back because you skipped again.
Did I skip a line again?
Yeah.
I'm going to get fired here. So
No, you're not. No, you're not. So if you use it for attack, it is harmful to you. But if you use it only to reach the minds of those who believe they are bodies and teach them through the body that this is not so, you will begin to understand the power of the mind that is in both them and you. Did you follow me there?
I did, and then I got lost. So trying to
Okay.
last.
And if you use the body for this and only for this, you cannot use it for attack. In the service of uniting, it becomes a beautiful lesson in communion, which has value until communion is.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't mean to take that from
No,
you, Chuck.
that's fine. That's fine. I'm glad. Somehow I got out of sync today.
Yeah, my eyes aren't doing all that well either. I'm having a hard time too.
Okay.
So Chuck, do you have any thoughts about this, about what you read? Or I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that now because
Okay.
I'm still processing everything.
Okay, no worries. Anybody have any thoughts about that? So in the second paragraph, it says that the Holy Spirit interprets the body only as a means of communication. And then it says, being the communication link between God and his separated sons, he interprets everything you have in light of what he is.
Yeah.
So the Holy Spirit interprets the body only as a means of communication, using what it knows you are. Right? Because you are what it is. So if the Holy Spirit is vibration of light, then it knows that you are also that, then that's what it uses to communicate. This is partly why I wanted us to do this joint gathering at the table to experience the lightness of these vibrations, because this is what we are in truth. experienced through the experience of the body, and to receive communication from the Holy Spirit. This is a form of communication that the Holy Spirit uses, which is why it's important for us to familiarize ourselves with this communication by receiving it, right?
Mhm. I think about attention being the rarest and most purest form of generosity, and how that in that framework or I guess it's more of a inherency, you're able to kind of shift perception in that way where like I think often we tend to rely on the like physicated expression and to a I think there's an element of weaving that with like this pure inherency of the like source that's never not what it is, and then whatever we are being shown, like it's like God is as much in my sickness as it is in my health. It's all kind of this invitation for inquiry, which is a really cool and expansive concept. But it is also like in that being light as an inherency, it's kind of a cool opportunity to be able to weave that attention and understanding into the light that is, oh my God, on my computer, or like the light that is like the sunshine that we're all experiencing right now. And then, yeah, it's really cool. It's
Yeah.
Lonnie.
Thank you, May. May. Now it's time for Lonnie May.
Ooh.
Is that your middle name or no?
No.
You're Lonnie Mathis.
My middle name is Legine, but there's a story with that. We don't
Yeah,
need to.
Lonnie May is not happening.
Not at all. Um, wow, that threw it. Wow, okay. It was when you said about receiving and kind of what it feels like it's even more than receiving. It feels like it's being in communication, actual communication.
Thank
It
you.
feels like it is the experience of, I like to refer to it as the divine. It feels like it's the experience of not just the divine bringing in through this being, but it getting to experience touch and sight and all that it experiences, which is why it expresses through this spirit being.
Yeah,
So moving all the bullshit out of the way gives it space to have that experience in purity
thank you. Yeah,
without the static.
that was perfect. Because when we say receiving, it implies duality, doesn't it? It implies there's a sender and a receiver. And so, spot on.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, did I just find non-dual? Did I just do
You
what
were
we were
just
supposed?
you just hit it out of the ballpark there, Lonnie. All right, my beloveds, I'm going to stop us here. And I will mark where we're going to begin next week. This has been, I hope this has been a good experience for
This flew
everyone.
by.
Say what?
It flew by.
You did, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Totally agree. What wisdom around this table. Cindy, do you have anything before I do our closing invocation?
Just love.
Okay, we'll receive that. Thank you all for being here. As we move through the rest of the evening, and however you are moved, it will all be perfect. But if you notice the flavors of the energies moving through, just notice, just have the experience. As Lonnie said, you're just one with the one, and it's just reverberating in the space of itself that you seem to be. So Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, fire worshiper, lover of leaving. This is not a caravan of despair. It does not matter that you have broken your vows 1,000 times. Still come, and yet again. All right, we will see you tomorrow at 10 for the guides. I love us all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.